Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this Friday morning. Got a big show lined up. Be giving away some seafood and Los Angeles, giving away a T-shirt and all kind of cool things that we get to do here on Panhandle Outdoors. And we have a special guest here in Studio B. But first, let's take a look at our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and his crew over there, they just do a great job. I'm gonna say this over and over again because I've had them work on my place already, and they got they did a preventive move on it and saved me a lot of money. So give them a call. They're good folks, and Drew's been on the show before. You know what kind of fellow he is. High today, 76, low 67, 9-degree difference. Water temperature, it was 68 yesterday, 67.3 today. This weekend will be, we'll officially call it 68 degrees. That's the magic number we've always gone by, official magic number that the old timers went by and we all go by. So we still call it 68 degrees is here, okay? So keep that in mind if you get to go out fish tomorrow, if you don't get blown away. But it's gonna be, the bay temperature, water temperature is going to be right. River readings, that place called Brunchtown, 11.1. It's actually going down because the rain up in that area hadn't been that bad, but it's Choctawhatchee, just the opposite of what we predicted Wednesday. We thought it'd be going down for the weekend. It's going up with all this rain. Right now it's at a 10.2 in Carabelle and going up. Looks like it's going to get up into 11 or 12. So we've got rising waters on the Choctawhatchee River system. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Low tide this morning, 5:44, and high tide is 9:05 tonight, and our wind continues its daily blowing. It's blowing every day in the month of March. Today it's coming out of the south, again in double digits. They're calling for 14 out of the south, and that's strong. All right, let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, and got Captain Rick Corley. Good morning, Captain.
Good morning.
I asked Rick to come back on the show. Glad to have you back. And we, you know, a lot of times we talk about boats and all, but a lot of times the different relationships of people buying a boat, the people selling a boat, the appraiser. You got like 3 different personalities, and I know lately there've been some conflicts. But this man's been a lifetime around boats, so he knows a lot more than I do, and knows a lot more than you do. So I want him to share the knowledge with y'all. So talk.
Yeah, I still talk to all the surveyors around here that I know, and there's about 22 surveyors between New Orleans and Tampa.
Okay.
And some of them, most of them are very good. Some of them not so good, just like everything else. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to kind of identify some of the jobs and some of the problems that I'm hearing and seeing, because I don't like what I'm hearing and seeing. Mm-hmm. You know, a surveyor's job, a lot of people think, oh, he's there to get you a better deal. No, he's not. He's not a public adjuster. He's none of that. He is a surveyor. He is there to speak for the boat because it can't speak for itself. He needs to go through, he has parameters that he has to follow that are, some of them are law. In other words, the Coast Guard federal regulations are law. And when that boat does not meet that, he can't just ignore that. He has to make this man aware of that. Well, the yacht broker on the other side is looking at it, well, he's killing my deal. No, he's not. He's doing his job. If you didn't want him to find that, when you take and list a boat, you're supposed to tell that seller, hey, this, and this is wrong with this boat.
You tell them or either fix it.
You either fix it or I don't want to list your boat because it won't sell because they're going to find this and it'll kill the deal every time. Well, when that happens, the yacht broker quite often will be human nature is, it ain't my fault. Mm-hmm. I didn't do this. Yes, it is, because you didn't tell that seller, get your boat fixed or I can't do anything. You've hamstrung me where I can't sell the boat. But he's created a situation that has become adversarial. The yacht broker's looking at the surveyor as the bad guy. Mm-hmm. And then he goes out and he says, I ain't using this guy anymore because he killed my deal. No, He didn't.
Yeah.
But you're being lazy and not doing your job. Well, the other side of the coin is, if you're going to sell a boat, it's kind of like selling your house. If you know there's a plumbing problem, you're supposed to make that buyer aware of that. Well, boat same way. It's called integrity, ethics, whatever. But they seem to have this attitude that, well, if I don't get caught, it's okay.
Yeah.
No, it's not okay. Do it the right way. And quit thinking that the surveyor is the bad guy or the yacht broker's the bad guy. They're trying to do a job here. One wants to sell his boat. I got a friend right now, he's wanting to sell his boat and buy a boat. And he says, well, what should I do about the surveyor? I said, you want a surveyor on both of them. Why? I said,
Good point.
he's an independent third party. If he does it right, he's the guy that's got both feet planted square on the ground. He's going to use his head. You've got bearitis, as I call it. I want that boat. Oh, I like that boat. I got to have that boat. I got to do everything I can to get that boat. Well, maybe. The other side of it is that yacht broker said, man, I got to eat this week. I got to sell that boat. You know, and then the guy that's hired the surveyor, he's got this idea that, well, I've hired him. He's there to get me the better deal. No, he's not. He's there to provide you information to let you know that what you're buying is not a pig in the poke. You're getting a decent boat. It will be safe to operate, and you're paying a fair market value for it. But for him to try to get you any money off, no. Now, I'm going to tell a little story that had happened before I retired, and it was, probably 15 years before I retired. But I had a guy that he apparently was well-heeled, and he was also well-liked, and he had his contact. We all showed up in Fort Walton, and I'm there to survey the boat. Well, I see this whole gaggle of people out there. I'm thinking, wow, what is going on? You know, normally you got a buyer and a seller and maybe a yacht broker and me, that's it. Well, when they got to introducing, he had his insurance agent with him, who was a friend. He had his attorney, who was a friend, and a fellow sailor with him. Both of them had the seller and the buyer, both had their wives there. They were friends. There's me, and then there's both yacht brokers. One that's representing the seller and one representing the buyer.
You had an entourage.
Oh yeah, we had a boatload, and it was a big boat, so it was okay. So we went out, and of course we couldn't haul right away, so we all loaded on the boat and went to do a sail and sea trial and everything. We're out there doing our thing, got everything done. Everybody's just talking about how great a boat it is, beautiful. The sail's so nice, it's fast. Everything no negative comments anywhere on the boat. And everything was going fine. We got to the travel lift, got it under, and up comes the boat, and everybody's, uh-oh.
What was it?
And I heard one of the brokers said, man, he can't buy this. And the lawyer says, oh, no way can he buy this. I said, you're all wrong. And they all looked at me like, you know, are you crazy? Yes, but that's beside the point. I said, it has the pox, which is where it blisters all over.
Yeah, okay, the blisters on it.
Yep, had blisters all over the bottom. I said, now, you're all wrong because it can be bought, not at the price it was agreed on, because now you've got a cost. Mr. Seller, it's got to be fixed. You'll never sell this boat with that because they're going to find it every time.
Right.
So what it cost is going to go somewhere in between where y'all were and what it cost to fix that. Y'all going to be able to meet. How bad you want the boat, y'all need to get over there and the two of you talk. You need to figure out, hey, I got to give a bunch because I'm selling the boat, but he might, because he likes the boat, willing to accept some of it. I sent them off, and the lawyer was sitting there and said, well, can this be fixed? I said, yes. He says, adequate? I said, yes. I said, what we're going to do is we got to haul the boat out like it is, peel it, fair it, and dry it, and then go back and ferry it again and
Yeah.
fill and put a new bottom, new barrier coat and everything on. Well, and we got some estimates, and I gave an estimate. They had 3 estimates when all through it, and then sit down and talked about it. Well, they come back and say, yeah, we've agreed, and I can't say how much, but one guy did come a little bit, but the other guy had to go a lot, which is the right thing to do. And when they got through, we all went to lunch.
Okay.
And you need to take a break.
Let's take a break and see what happened after lunch. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Now, we've been out to lunch. We had all this stuff going on, so everybody goes out to lunch, sort of calm down and sort of looks at it. This is a big deal. So what happened then?
Well, then they came back, they closed the deal, and of course I went and did the monitoring of the hull to dry it.
Okay.
You know, they did the whole thing. Well, he bought the boat. I didn't, of course, after it's done and we got it filled and ferried and all, he took the boat. I didn't see him anymore because he didn't have to have a survey for a while. But I ran into him in the G&S boatyard over there about 5 years later. And it was funny, he ran into me really because I was there to do a survey, and he saw me and he ran up behind me and says, hey man, he said, I want to thank you. And I turned around and I says, okay. And I said, I remember doing a boat for you, but I don't remember which one. He said, that big sailboat there. He says, that was the best thing I ever did. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, I listened to you. And he says, everybody told me I was crazy for listening to you because this thing had the pox. He said, but we fixed it. I've not had any more problems with this boat. I love it. He said, somebody asked me the other day, would I sell it? He said, not in this lifetime. He said, this is my retirement boat. And,
that's a great testimony when you don't want to sell your boat.
Right. Well, the thing is, my point being, I was not the adversary.
Right.
Okay? Now, I had another one where a young lady was buying a boat, and she took the safe boating course when I was teaching. And she asked me, she says, would you survey a new boat? I said, sure. She said, why? It's under warranty, and you know, it's brand new. Yes, and it had to get all the way from Merritt Island where it was built here, either on a truck or on its own bottom down the Intercoastal Waterway. If it came that way, it could run around and nobody had told you about it. Or on the truck, you could have road rash come up, hit it, everything. I said, why? She said, well, they're laughing at me. They said I was crazy for having a new boat survey, but she says, I kind of think I want to do that. And I said, okay. So I surveyed the boat. When I got through, this sales manager come out and he said, well, didn't find anything, did you? I said, 12. He said, what? I said, 12 gigs. There they are. And he got to looking and he says, are you serious? I said, look them up. They're right there. I'll show you every one of them. No. I said, yes. So when he got through, he says, okay, we'll fix all that. Well, they did. When he got through, he said, you know what? He says, I need to talk to you in my office after we get through here. So after she's left, he says, I want you to be sure, if not you, somebody like you that's going to survey every boat we sell. Because he said, you just saved us a customer. Because I'm sure that if she'd have left and come back with this stuff messed up, we wouldn't have, we'd have said, hey, that happened somewhere else. That didn't come this way.
And that's why you want to do business.
And then they'd have been mad. And they would have never bought another boat from them. As it was, they wound up buying 3 more boats from them over the years.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. And real quick, on smaller boats and all, we talked about it before, that a lot of times you get the fiberglass, the floor and all, the softness and all that. What does that mean?
Well, you know, if you're getting soft in there, a lot of times they don't build solid decks.
Yeah.
They use Encore balsa. Okay? Sandwich. Fiberglass, balsa in for it. As long as the balsa's dry, it's stiff, it's light, it's great. Water ever gets in there, it turns to mud. Now you've got nothing but 2 little thin sheets of fiberglass trying to hold you up. And that's what creates that.
And that's why you see a lot of it. We've seen that. So that's
if they use Nomex or something of that nature, you don't have that so much. You want something that, like the reason they do that, Encore balsa is cheap to buy. It's very light. It is strong, but you can't let the moisture get to it. There's a couple of boats out there that use it in the sides of the hull.
That makes it stronger?
it makes it strong, lighter, and faster. The boat will go faster because it don't weigh as much.
Oh, I know about that. It goes faster.
Yeah, yeah.
That's interesting.
And a lot of boats use it from the water line up in the hull, in the side. The only thing is, if that boat ever gets flooded up to where it gets there with the end cap,
Yeah.
all of that in-core boss has got to be replaced.
That's interesting.
How you gonna do that? You just total out the hull.
Speaking of total hull, we just showed a wrecked boat, boat on the way to Lake Seminole. It was about an 18-footer. Fell off the trailer, hit the asphalt, it got a crack down the side. And it was a big crack. Can that be fixed?
Yes, it can.
It can, okay. I told folks wrong.
Yeah.
It can be fixed, okay?
It can be fixed. Here's the thing: is it cost,
let's
cost prohibitive to do that?
Okay, let's do a drawing. We're gonna come back and we'll talk about that situation because that happened here. We're gonna add 3 quick names in. We've got a lot of drawing to do. Lynn Alexander from Southport, Tracy Aycock from Panama City Beach, and Tony Aycock, Panama City Beach. All right, Rick, I'll let you draw, and we're going to same order, and
You gonna tell them I get 10%?
This would be a gift certificate to $25 to Los Angeles. All right.
Oh, that'd be a terrible place to have to go and get a steak.
I'm telling you.
Oh, they got the best steak there. Amber Mueller?
Melvin. Amber, can't read my writing. Okay.
No.
Amber Melvin.
From Fountain.
Fountain. All right. The second one. All right. Same thing. $25 gift certificate.
Ty Cobb, Fountain.
Ty Cobb. Those Fountain folks. We got a lot of viewers over there.
He's named after a good baseball player.
I was up there. He was good.
Yeah.
All right. The $20 gift certificate to Tarpon Dock Seafood.
Mr. Greg Abrams. Phyllis Brookins, Lynn
Lynn
Haven.
Haven.
Yeah.
All right. All right, one more.
One
The
more.
big red snapper. Folks, I got to tell you about this red snapper study.
Yeah?
All right, the big red snapper. That's going to be
What it is.
from Lynn Haven.
Yeah, Wilbur Miller. I know him.
Well, let me have that back. Let's put another in there.
I know
we got-
Wilbur.
Okay, look.
He's a retired highway
He
patrolman.
is. He does fencing and all now.
WD.
We're going to give away this shirt, okay? Give away this shirt. All right, draw one more. All right.
That's
Large.
amazing.
That's from
Christy.
Lingenfelter.
Lingenfelter.
Christy Lingenfelter, touch base with me, and we got all kinds of stuff. I tell you what, we got. If we're running out of time, we still got to take a break. We got to take a break. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back. We need an hour today, folks. Glad you're with us. We got let's look at fishing game time brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking at this morning 10:10 to 12:10, and this evening later 10:36 to 12:36. Just don't get blown away. Before we get a fishing forecast, let's wrap it up by 2 minutes.
I just want to say to the yacht brokers, surveyors, everybody, you want to use a surveyor, check out their credentials. Your NAM certified marine surveyor are some of the best there is. The bottom line is they're there to do a job. They're not there to try to fight with anybody. They're there to keep everybody on level ground.
Right.
And treat it as a professional that way. And nobody gets mad. Nobody wants to threaten never to do business with people. That's stupid.
Yeah, just right. We stay positive. Everybody's here to help everybody out.
Yeah,
It's as simple as that.
absolutely.
Just deal with them how you want to be dealt with. That's what we're talking about. On the famous Friday fishing report, the first thing I want to talk about, just coming out, is a great red snapper count. You see it there on your screen. We're going to talk about this in detail. Bottom line, from what I can just scanning through it last night, it looks like we have 3 times the amount of red snapper that they thought we had. And this was like a 3-year study. They've been talking about this for 3 years about the results. They just came in. We're going to be talking about it in detail next week. But I just want y'all to be aware of that. A lot of red snapper out there. We've known that, but now the scientists, so we're going to listen to the science this time, okay? So, all right, now real quick on the fishing forecast this weekend. The water temperature is 68. Spanish mackerel going to be all over. We got reports this week. Choctachi Bay has a lot of Spanish mackerel. We know that in St. Andrew Bay. You saw the pictures we saw this week. Surf fishing is going to be strong. If and when the wind settles down. It's really hard fishing in the surf with the waves like this and all, but they're out there. River fishing, going to have high water on river fishing. The bass fishing in the lakes, the ponds should be good. It should be good. You plan to do any anything anytime soon on fishing?
Oh, they're catching some Spanish mackerel off Courtney Point. Sounding good.
They really are. Been really good fishing off that, and also the guides are just started kicking in now. The guide trips on the bay and all redfish and trout are doing good. The mullet are coming back into the bay, but the old timers they say they're poor. In other words, they're skinny. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
They come back in.
Takes more of them fried up.
Yeah, but they're going to start fattening up and all. And like I said on yesterday's show, now there's some folks catching some flounder. You're not going to get a lot of them. And bridge fishing, I saw a picture of some sheephead off the bridge in the East Point there, coming out off of East Point and going into St. George Island. So should be a good weekend to get outdoors. And on the boats now, you want to make sure you put the plug in.
Oh yes, absolutely, and make sure it's the right plug, because some of them older boats, had 2 different plugs.
I'm working on a boat this week and took it up there at Deer Point Lake. My grandson and I were this past week and had to put a plug in, had a leak in it. It was an old plug, so, which I knew better, but I just want to see if it would work, but it didn't.
Nope.
and it's a good idea to sit on freshwater boats and all, and bay boats have a couple of plugs.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
And the boating safety, try to take your course, and we're always talking about.
Well, and do one thing. Take your pamphlet that you get from the Coast Guard that tells you what you got to have.
Yeah.
Go down that pamphlet. Have I got everything on the boat? Because you don't know what you did 6 months ago when you're putting it up. You put something off the boat. You think it's on the boat. You get out there. Oh, we're going to write you a ticket because you ain't got one.
That's true.
No. Go through and make sure it's on the boat.
That's true. And try to keep the speed down. I know a lot of people go so fast in boats, especially our bass fishing friends. Some of them just take off too fast, and I tell them that too. But they got to get that whole road.
Well, that's the reason it's called a throttle. Yeah. It goes both ways.
Well, Rick, we're going to start wrapping things. That's a lot of good information. I would like to have Rick on because of his expertise and a lifetime of experience in the boating industry. So thanks for coming on, Rick.
Yep. Enjoyed it.
Have a good weekend. Much. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the great outdoors. Do something good for your fellow man, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.